Aloha Jivas, welcome to another day of Bhagavad Gita as it is by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupad. We're on chapter 2, contents of the Gita summarized, and we're starting at text 40. Neha Bikrama Nashosti Pratyavayo Na Vidyate Svapam apyasa dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. Purport: activity in Krishna consciousness, or acting for the benefit of Krishna without expectation of sense gratification, is the highest transcendental quality of work. Even a small beginning of such activity finds no impediment, nor can that small beginning be lost at any stage. Any work begun on the material plane has to be completed, otherwise the whole attempt becomes a failure. But any work begun in Krishna consciousness has a permanent effect, even though not finished. The performer of such work is therefore not at a loss, even if his work in Krishna consciousness is incomplete. 1% done in Krishna consciousness bears permanent results, so that the next beginning is from the point of 2%. Whereas in material activity without 100% success, there is no profit. Ajmila performed his duty in some percentage of Krishna consciousness, but the result he enjoyed at the end was 100%, by the grace of the Lord. There's a nice verse in this connection in Srimad Bhagavatam. Tyaktva svadharmam charanam bhujam harer bhajan napakko tapatat tato yadi yatra kvava bhadram mabura musyakim kovarta apto bhajatam svadharmataha. Translated as, quote, if someone gives up self-gratificatory pursuits and works in Krishna consciousness, and then falls down on account of not completing his work, what loss is there on his part? And what can one gain if one performs his material activities perfectly? Unquote. Or as the Christians say, what profiteth a man if he gain the whole world, yet suffers the loss of his eternal soul? Material activities and their results end with the body. But work in Krishna consciousness carries the person again to Krishna consciousness, even after the loss of the body. At least one is sure to have a chance in the next life of being born again as a human being, either in the family of a great cultured Brahmin or in a rich aristocratic family that will give one a further chance for elevation. That is the unique quality of work done in Krishna consciousness. Right, so basically the saying, you can't take it with you when you go. Like all of the houses, all the things that money can buy, all of the endeavors in pursuit of material gain, material riches, homes, cars, whatever it is, once you die, I mean, you leave it behind. You don't take those things with you. But endeavors on the path of Krishna or Christ consciousness remain with you life after life. Text 41. Vyavasaya Timika Budhir Ekeha Guru Nandana Bahu Shakha Hayanantascha Budhayo Vyavasayinam. Those who are on this path are resolute in purpose, and their aim is one. O beloved child of the Kurus, the intelligence of those who are irresolute is many-branched. Purport. A strong faith in Krishna consciousness that one should be elevated to the highest perfection of life is called Vyavasayatmika, intelligence. The Chaitanya Charitamrita states, Shraddha Shabde Vishvasa Kahe Sudridhya Nishchaya Krishne Bhakti Kaile Sarvakarma Kritahaya. Faith means unflinching trust in something sublime. When one is engaged in the duties of Krishna consciousness, he need not act in relationship to the material world with obligations to family, traditions, humanity, or nationality. Fruitive activities are the engagements of one's reactions from past good or bad deeds. When one is awake in Krishna consciousness, he need no longer endeavor for good results in his activities. When one is situated in Krishna consciousness, all activities are on the absolute plane, for they are no longer subject to dualities like good and bad. The highest perfection of Krishna consciousness is renunciation of the material conception of life. This state is automatically achieved by progressive Krishna consciousness. The resolute purpose of a person in Krishna consciousness is based on knowledge. Vasudevaha sarvam iti sa mahatma sudurlabhaha. The resolute purpose of a person in Krishna consciousness is based on knowledge, by which one comes to know perfectly that Vasudeva, or Krishna, is the root of all manifested causes. As water on the root of a tree is automatically distributed to the leaves and branches, in Krishna consciousness one can render the highest service to everyone, namely self, family, society, country, humanity, etc. If Krishna is satisfied by one's actions, then everyone will be satisfied. Service in Krishna consciousness is, however, best practiced under the able guidance of a spiritual master who is a bona fide representative of Krishna, who knows the nature of the student, and who can guide him to act in Krishna consciousness. As such, to be well versed in Krishna consciousness, one has to act firmly and obey the representative of Krishna, and one should accept the instruction of the bona fide spiritual master as one's mission in life. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur instructs us in his famous prayers for the spiritual master as follows. Yasya prasadad bhagavat prasado, yasya prasadana gatiya gutopi dayayam stuvam stasya yashastri sandhyam vante guru shri charanadavindam. Translated as, quote, by satisfaction of the spiritual master, the Supreme Personality of Godhead becomes satisfied. And by not satisfying the spiritual master, there is no chance of being promoted to the plane of Krishna consciousness. I should therefore meditate and pray for his mercy 3 times a day, and offer my respectful obeisances unto him, my spiritual master. Unquote. The whole process, however, depends on perfect knowledge of the soul beyond the conception of the body, not theoretically, but practically, when there is no longer chance for sense gratification manifested in fruitive activities. One who is not firmly fixed in mind is diverted by various types of fruitive acts. Okay. Let's continue. Texts 42 to 43. Yam imam pushpitam vacham pravadanti avipashata Vedavada rataha parta nanya rastiti vadinaha kamatmanaha svarga pada janma karma phala pradam kriya vishesha bahulam bhogaishvarya gatim prati. Men of small knowledge are very much attached to the flowery words of the Vedas, which recommend various fruitive activities for elevation to heavenly planets, resultant good birth, power, and so forth. Being desirous of sense gratification and opulent life, they say that there is nothing more than this. Purport. People in general are not very intelligent, and due to their ignorance, they are most attached to the fruitive activities recommended in the Karma Kanda portions of the Vedas. They do not want anything more than sense gratificatory proposals for enjoying life in heaven, where wine and women are available and material opulence is very common. In the Vedas, many sacrifices are recommended for elevation to the heavenly planets, especially the Jyotishtoma sacrifices. In fact, it is stated that anyone desiring elevation to heavenly planets must perform these sacrifices, and men with a poor fund of knowledge think that this is the whole purpose of Vedic wisdom. It is very difficult for such inexperienced persons to be situated in the determined action of Krishna consciousness. As fools are attached to the flowers of poisonous trees without knowing the results of such attractions, similarly, unenlightened men are attracted by such heavenly opulence and the sense enjoyment thereof. In the Karmakanda section of the Vedas, it is said that those who perform the 4 monthly penances become eligible to drink the somaras beverages, to become immortal and happy forever. Even on this earth, some are very eager to have somaras to become strong and fit to enjoy sense gratifications. Such persons have no faith in liberation from material bondage, and they are very much attached to the pompous ceremonies of Vedic sacrifices. They are generally sensual, and they do not want anything other than the heavenly pleasures of life. It is understood that there are gardens called Nandakanana, in which there is good opportunity for association with angelic, beautiful women, and having a profuse supply of somaras wine. Such bodily happiness is certainly sensual. Therefore, there are those who are purely attached to material, temporary happiness as lords of the material world. So, this is talking about how in the scriptures, there's, like in the Vedas, Veda means knowledge, and there are Vedic scriptures for everything from farming, planting, and growing plants to, mantras for, which there are mantras for those things, to describing the universes and describing all of the demigods and their activities, and health and wellness and science. And so anyway, some of this Vedic literature describes like sacrificial type rituals, like fire ceremonies that can be done to achieve certain gains, like material gains, for example. And I think we're seeing this in today's society with things like, the secret, right? The idea that, by training your mind on certain things, you can manifest wealth and riches. You can manifest any desires, by doing this or that, right? Without giving thought to the ultimate nature of reality. And so, because what this is saying is like these are still only temporary things that like keep you attached to this material plane, and so what may appear as spiritual is not necessarily so. So I think we'll stop there. And thanks again for joining. Let me know if you have any questions, thoughts about anything that, about this theme that's been ongoing, for this whole chapter about the nature of the soul. Let me know what you're thinking. And so until next time, Hare Krishna.